The man from the window, a creature hiding from the outside world, and he was watching me in Among Us. This was one of the most terrifying encounters I have ever faced. You're gonna wanna see this. And before I do forget, I want to let you guys know that this video must reach our like goal of 7,000 likes. That way I can post part 2. And make sure to hit that red subscribe button with the bell icon turned on. You are always welcome to be a part of the Chari family. But let's begin. So it was 1 in the morning and I was playing Among Us. And I didn't expect to find such a terrifying creature. It was the man from the window. It was currently 1 in the morning and I wasn't tired, so I decided to play a few matches on the map of Mira HQ. There was a lot of crewmates that were online, which I didn't really expect. I was wanting to have a conversation with those that were in my lobby, and the red crewmate was asking for help, so I responded to the crewmate. His response was with this. I wasn't entirely sure what he was referring to, but before I could receive a response from the red crewmate, we entered the game, and I was the imposter with Rose. My mission this game was to eliminate the crewmates and win, but I couldn't help but wonder what the crewmate needed help with. I was never able to get my response. That is when his body was reported, and he was the only one. I wasn't the one that eliminated the crewmate. Maybe it was my imposter friend. I responded in the chat with, wasn't he asking for help? That is when I heard a ticking sound, almost as if someone was hitting the window. We were in the meeting room and there was windows all around us. So we were back in the game and I was really confused. Was there a crewmate that wasn't sitting down and throwing rocks at the window? I didn't really pay much attention to this. I then pretended to do a task out in the balcony, and that is when I heard the ticking sound once again. The sound of someone throwing a rock at the window. And that's when I saw a giant creature. He was big and white. It looked like a man, and he was at the window. So I quickly made my escape to the admin room. I was really scared and I didn't know what to do. I was telling the other crewmates about what I just saw, but none of them seemed to believe me. So I still stuck around with them and I entered the greenhouse, and I was with Brown and Black, and also White for a short moment. They all walked out of the room when they heard the ticking sound. That's when I saw the man from the window watching me. I made another escape. I was getting really scared and I wasn't sure on what to do. So I made my way towards the reactor and into the laboratory. There I would be safe for at least a short moment. I wasn't sure on what the man from the window wanted from me, but I knew that I had to run away. That is when the crewmates called a meeting, and they were all sussing each other out. Nobody wasn't really sure on who the imposter was, even though it was clearly me and Rose. So the crewmates decided to vote for Blue, and we can see the man from the window watching the crewmate fall with his giant face. I made my way over to the communications room, and that is when I started to hear a very strange audio coming from the communications. And that's when I saw the man from the window inside of the little television screen. And then a meeting was called. I let the crewmates know that I was very scared and that he is watching. The votes were tied and the man from the window wasn't there. So now I had to make my escape. I had to hide, so I decided why not the storage unit? It's the only location with one entrance. And while I was hiding there, I saw the man from the window peeking from the corner of the room. He then disappeared and I quickly ran away. And I knew that I had to finish this game of Among Us, or else the man from the window may take me away. While I was in the admin room with Obi-Wan, Rose decided to come up and eliminate him right in front of me. So I decided to eliminate Gray. That's when I saw White hiding behind the container. I knew that it was over. I have lost this game of Among Us. I even blamed the wrong crewmate, but by some miracle, they believed me and they all voted for White. and I had another chance to win this game. But that's when I started to hear the ticking noise from the rock that was hitting the window, and I knew that the man from the window was nearby. I tried to call O2, but it didn't let me. It ended up calling lights instead, which I found very strange because I did see the man from the window in O2 earlier. I was trying to get an elimination while I was in the cafeteria, but before I could eliminate the crewmate and win this game, a meeting was called. I tried my hardest to convince the crewmates that it wasn't me, but they voted for me anyways, and the man from the window watched me fall down. If you would like me to continue this story, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel, and check out these other videos.